So I want to talk about this man 200 years ago, which I think his time is yet to come in the public mainstream. It's not yet known. Freud is known. It's Jewish also, just for the record. So I want to say is that there was another man called Rabbi Schneur Zalman of Liadi, actually the founder of Chabad Hasidic movement. So he was a student of the great Maggid of Mizrich, who in turn was a student of the Baal Shem Tov, and he developed a very comprehensive system called Chabad Hasidus. The area where he addresses, one of his main contributions is in developing emotional intelligence. And I think, as I said, when people become aware of these teachings and they're translated properly into English and made available to the larger public, especially written in psychological terms that we can relate to, it will have equal revolutionary contribution like Moses himself. Maybe not quite the same principles, but psychologically a real blueprint, a real system that all of us can use. Before the Baal Shem Tov, so the Jewish people were beginning to be divided and split actually between the scholars and the simple folk, with the scholars seeing themselves elite and superior to the rest, losing sight that we're all human beings on one earth and we all have souls and they're divine souls. That idea of class distinction, that some people are more superior to others, was another issue that was plaguing and beginning to plague the Jewish world. So enter Rabbi Schneur Zalman, Baal Shem Tov first and Rabbi Schneur Zalman, teaching, number one, the principle that everybody has a soul, everybody has an indispensable voice, and there's no such thing as one person greater than another. We don't know who's a greater soul than another. But more importantly, the question of this dissonance, this disconnect, the disconnect that we see even today. How do we create a holistic system that addresses the dissonance, the split between mind and heart, cognitive dissonance, emotional dissonance? This was one of the great challenges that he addressed, and addressed it in a brilliant way in the book of Tanya, which is his classic magnum opus, but also in a series of hundreds of discourses that he delivered during his lifetime. And we have them today in volumes. We have probably 30 volumes of his discourses, in addition to some of the book Tanya, as I mentioned.